They took him.
In the 1990s, alien movies were kind of a big deal. I'm not so sure if this popularity had anything to do with any real-life actual claims from people about UFOs, or if it was just because people took more of an interest in the subject, but there were a ton of alien projects being made at the time. From sequels to the actual Alien franchise, to the popularity of shows like The X-Files, they seem to be all over the place, but there's one movie in particular that I think needs some good quality recognition from that era, because it's not only an extremely memorable film, but one that has been claimed to having one of the most frightening alien scenes in any movie ever made. Coming out the same year as Scully and Mulder's first few adventures on The X-Files, and having its story based around actual events, the movie we're talking about today has become something of a cult classic. Fire in the Sky is a 1993 mystery and suspense film directed by Robert Lieberman, based on a book called The Walton Experience. It details the events surrounding what those involved alleged to be an actual alien abduction. Now, don't get it twisted. While Fire in the Sky has gone on to have this kind of really scary reputation, the film isn't really a horror movie at all, and instead, it happens to be more of a well-natured drama about the lives of those involved in the incident. With that being said, that definitely does not mean that the movie doesn't live up to that reputation of having an extremely scary scene. Taking place in the 1970s, the film pretty much details the lives of a few guys who work together chopping down trees. One fateful night, they see something in the sky that looks like it doesn't quite belong there, and after a quick investigation, well, that's where the actual suspense and mystery kicks off. The thing I really like about Fire in the Sky is that before you get into any of the actual alien stuff, the film does a really good job at introducing all of its characters and getting you well acquainted with their lives and what they're all about. You know, after one of the men disappears, foul play is obviously suspected, but as the story progresses, the film does an extremely well done effort to keep you invested in what's going on a human level without any aliens, which I really appreciated. Now, of course, what this all builds up to is a pretty insane sequence that features Travis Walton on board the alien vessel figuring out where he is and what's going on just before the creatures find him and begin some sort of wild experiment. When you see people talking about alien abduction scenes in movies and how they usually go on about being strapped down to a table, being unable to move with very sharp pointy things going towards your eyes, they're probably talking about this scene from a very underappreciated film. No joke, Fire in the Sky kind of has this reputation of being one of the most hardcore alien movies ever, but it's kind of funny looking back at it and realizing it's really just a well-made suspense film that features little to no alien scenes until the very end of the movie. And I mean the very end of the movie, because everything else was all built up tension between the guys involved in the alien abduction and the town who don't believe them, which, like I said before, all that stuff was executed extremely well. Now, I have heard of other movies having really good alien scenes similar to this, but none of them have really impressed me the way this movie did. Not even The Fourth Kind, which is kind of a not so good movie, but I will admit it does have a very effective sequence that works in a found footage sort of way. Fire in the Sky, on the other hand, is based around an actual real-life account of someone saying this stuff happened to them, which, whether you believe it or not, and I'm not trying to convince you that it did, it adds to the novelty of the movie and the scene when you put it up against other films that have tried similar things. Now, unfortunately, Fire in the Sky wasn't exactly a giant hit, with the movie not really being that big of a success at the box office, and critically, it's not really the best reviewed film either. It has gone on to be well recognized as a quality alien abduction movie from those who enjoy it though, and I personally think that's enough for anyone to pass a recommendation down. So, with that being said, what are all of your thoughts on Fire in the Sky, a 1993 classic drama that has an extremely scary scene? Have you ever seen it, and what do you think about the alien experimentation stuff in question? Is there something even more scary in an alien movie out there that I haven't mentioned, or do you think this movie lives up to its reputation? Now, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below.